Can you guys hear me all right? Everything good on you guys' end? Okay. I'm all right. Just finished the last bit of filming for my Stellar Blade review. Something happened earlier today, so it kind of distracted me. So, with any luck, I should have it up. I want to say maybe an hour after the mystery stream, and I'm quite excited for the next mystery stream game that we'll play today. So, pretty sure no one like last week is gonna guess what this one is, but I assure you, it'll fit some recent events that's come out. All right, is it any good? Yes, 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 Joe. It's very good. Put it like this: if you liked Metal Gear Rising, I would say it's comparable to that, but a lot more expansive. Mayboom, I'm doing okay. I'm healthy. I'm not sick. I'm not sick in the slightest. Trust me, I'm good. I'm very good. Nothing is wrong. But thank you for asking. Hello, Caleb. How you guys doing? Oh, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but we hit another milestone today. I think today we officially hit 87,000 subscribers. So now we're less than 3,000 subscribers away from the end of the year goal. Which I'm not sure if any of you guys remember what happens or what I'll do next year if we do hit 90,000. I'm sure some of you guys have forgotten about it, but I would say a vampire. I would say aesthetically it's close to Near Automata, but it felt more like, yeah, I would say it's like the love child between Near Automata. Yeah, I would say if Near Automata and Metal Gear Rising had a child, that's what you would get. Oh no, no, not 80, 90. We're well past 80. Yeah, that's how I would describe Stellar Blade. If Near Automata and Metal Gear Rising had a child, it would be Stellar Blade. Damn, Vamp, I was sure some of you would forget about that, but yeah, I'm not sure it'll be of much good, but yeah, that was my promise. If we get to 90,000, that's what you guys will get next year. Yeah. Yeah, Jackie Boy said that. All right, well, now that everyone's here, and hopefully more people will show up, if you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them out. We got a good hour. So, ask away. Any question whatsoever. The more you ask, the more you know. Anybody? You remember seeing a YouTuber months ago being open to The Undertaker joining Mortal Kombat, which I prefer, feels pro wrestlers need to stay in pro wrestlers. What do you think? I agree. I mean, I mean, John Cena's in Mortal Kombat 1, but he's Peacemaker. So he's not a wrestler. So I think in that context, that's cool. I think Peacemaker would absolutely fit in the Mortal Kombat universe, but Undertaker, no. If anything, I think Undertaker would feel more. I think he would fit more in something like Street Fighter. They got wrestlers in that game, so I don't know. Adding, I guess you could say, is like a mixture of like Bison and Zangief. I think that's what you would get, something like that. But have I played any games by Bethesda? I'm pretty sure I have. Like something like Doom and Wolfenstein. I think games like that, I think, are Bethesda. And I'm sure there's a couple other ones, but I can't think of them right now. You've played Final Fantasy 1 and 4 for the first time today. You like 4, but 1 is rough. Well, I mean, it's the first game, so I would say compared to today's standards, of course, it's going to be rough. But, that's why I think that if they were to remake more Final Fantasy games, I would stick to remaking something like 1 to 6. I don't think 7 and up need remakes. I think they would only do that because they know they're more popular. But it makes more sense to remake something like 1 to 6 because then you can actually get some of these older games more attention. And so you might make people curious and want to play the older games. So like if you remake, say, something like Final Fantasy 6 and people really like it, that might encourage them to want to play the original, and then heck, you've made money off of the remake. And then if you say you re-release like an updated version, much like they did with Live Alive or Live Alive, you get people to play the original version too. So you make twice the money because at the end of the day, that's what these game publishers want. They want money. They don't care about reputation or how you feel about it, but they want money. Favorite NFL teams? Well, obviously I'm a Patriots fan, so New England Patriots. Hopefully they have a much better. I think the goal is this year's next season is just to have a better record than what we had last season. But I think, and I've seen the schedule. I think it's possible. I don't think it's a playoff team. I think they'll expect a playoff appearance the season after next season, and then the third season with the new coach, I think they will expect a playoff win. But yeah, I'm just expecting just a better record than what we had. I think there was a WWE crossover with a fighting game, but I can't recall. I don't know. I haven't heard about a crossover with a wrestling. I mean, certainly not WWE. I can't think about that. But which year do I think was the best for gaming history? Give me a second. I gotta double check. Honestly, just off the top of my head, what do I think is the best year in gaming history? That would have to be 1986. And the reason I say 1986 is because that was the year that the original NES was released. And I think it's safe to say that we can all thank Nintendo for saving gaming. Because after the crash, the infamous gaming crash, that really could have ended gaming right there. So I think we should all be, whether you support Microsoft or you're a more Sony person like me, you need to thank Nintendo for single-handedly saving gaming, because they did do that. So heck, if it wasn't for Nintendo's NES, who knows? Maybe the gaming industry wouldn't be what it is today. Final Fantasy 1 was the first game, so I give it some slack. It's pretty impressive for an NES game. Yeah, I would say for its time. Favorite starting Pokemon? Guessing Chikorita for obvious reasons. Well, of course, man. She's right here. Who else would I pick? I don't give a damn what any of you bastards say. Like, there's like a lot of people that say that Chikorita is like one of the worst starters. Well, I say screw all of them. I'd pick Chikorita over any other starter. And it's you think the reason for a couple of examples, Undertaker versus Goldberg last decade? That was an awful matchup. Ooh, that was awful. That should have happened like 15 years ago. Yeah, like definitely should have happened in their prime. Ronda Rousey joining WWE was because Vince was desperate for viewers. You're probably right, but I'm not going to say that everything Ronda Rousey did was awful. I mean, she did have a couple of bright spots, but I never felt that she was the kind of person who was going to have a long career in the WWE, and I feel the same way about Logan Paul. Like, he's not very active. I mean, I guess he kind of shows up in pay-per-views, but like, I'm guessing he doesn't do house shows, so he's a part-timer. And I kind of wished in this new era we would move away from part-timers. That's why, like, I'm really happy that most of the champions are like full-timers. So, like, I'm pretty sure they're saving Logan Paul for LA Knight for SummerSlam because there's no damn way he's winning against Cody. We already know that. I don't think Cody's going to lose at all for a while. I don't even know who he was going to go up against SummerSlam, but like it might be I don't know. I see him having a pretty long reign, but they better give him some really good like feuds to deal with until The Rock comes back, because that's obviously the next big feud that they're gonna have. Hey, what's up, Cerberus? How you doing? And what's up, Zach? Welcome to the chat. Jockey Boy, you like Totodile. He was so spazzy in the anime. Chikorita's good too. Had some fun moments in Smash Brothers when I got Chikorita's Pokeball. I didn't know she was in Smash Brothers. I didn't know that. So, do you think there's any favorite Call of Duty games of mine? Well, obviously, of course. I've done like two whole videos. I've done a tier list ranking and a top five. Some of my favorite Call of Duties are like World at War, Black Ops, Black Ops 2. I'd say Modern Warfare 2, the original one, and Big Red 1. Those are I'm pretty sure those are my top five favorite Call of Duty games of all time. Have I seen Animatrix? Yes, I have seen Animatrix. That kind of fits in that whole time period where Warner Bros. Was releasing a lot of Matrix content at one time. They were releasing like Matrix Reloaded, Enter the Matrix, Animatrix, and I do believe they were making like an online game around that time period. Because something that I didn't even know, I was not aware that Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolution actually came out in the same year, like 6 months apart. Like I wasn't aware of that. And it's interesting that Warner Brothers was doing that long before a lot of these other franchises were splitting their final movie into two parts. Except because if you think about it, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolution are kind of one whole story. As I felt like Matrix 1 was more self-contained. Reloaded definitely, if you see Reloaded, you have to see Revolutions. So I thought that was interesting. I really didn't realize that they came out the same year. Which Final Fantasy game would I recommend to starters? I would say either 6 or 7. Yeah, I would say that too. I would play original 7, but I think in nowadays people probably would be more interested in playing the remake, and that's fine. Um, yeah, I would definitely say 6 or 7. That's a good that's a good place for someone looking to be introduced into it. Why do I think Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions were criticized? I think they were criticized because I don't think they were as. I mean, I think maybe it was just some of the writing, and I think the story was a lot more convoluted, which I agree with. Um, Although to be fair, I think Matrix Reloaded is probably the most fun Matrix film I know. It's for me personally, that's the one that I know I've seen the most. I mean, I recognize that the first Matrix is definitely the best Matrix, but like I had a lot more fun with Reloaded, and it was much more stylized, and I really enjoyed that. And it was nice seeing Neo in his prime. So um, I think that's what it was. I just think that they weren't as I think they were overly sophisticated, and I think the audience just couldn't quite understand those films. But I don't think anyone would complain about the action. I think the action was incredible. I still think to this day that the freeway chase in Matrix Reloaded is probably the greatest freeway chase scene in any film, even to this day. Like you can go back and rewatch it. It's still incredible. And if you see a lot of the behind the scenes aspects of it, it's quite impressive what they were able to do. Found that WWE made a crossover with King of Fighters. What, a King of Fighters mobile game? That's a joke. I mean, if you're gonna cross over with a fighting franchise, at least be one of the big ones, not one that no one really knows or cares about. But okay, and especially a mobile game, you can't even get a console game or even a handheld. That's kind of sad. Have I ever played a tabletop RPG? No. I'm pretty sure I have not. Got any recommendations? Because I don't know. So, my man, you like the remake trilogy? No. The third one was bad. The third one I didn't even play. I think the remakes are okay. I think the first one was really good. I think the second one was just okay, and I didn't even bother with the third. So no, I'd say the remake trilogy for Modern Warfare is okay, but avoid the third one. What's up, Sheen? How you doing? Or Sean? You saw the trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadows and you're excited. I'm excited too, and I did a whole video talking about it, but apparently, like, you're a racist if you're interested. I understand, like, the criticism, but, like, let's wait till the game comes out, and then if it's, like, a crap game, then we can all dump on it. But, like, I'm not gonna go all crazy over a 2.5 minute trailer. So, yeah. It's Sean, yeah. How would I describe Black Flag in 2 words? The best. What's my favorite weapon in Assassin's Creed? The sword pistols. Easy. Very, very easy. Black Flag is the best with the best weapons. Guys, got anything else? I missed one. If WWE should cross over with a fighting game series, I think it should be Tekken. Okay, I mean, go ahead. I mean, I'm not a Tekken fan at all. It's like, but you know, if they want to do that. And Mayboom wants to know, when playing conflict/war games, do you like being on the front lines or being a sniper? Definitely on the front lines. I mean, being a sniper is cool and all, and it keeps you safe. But heck, you kind of, when the chaos is all going all over the place, you kind of want to be in the thick of it. Have I seen the Fallout show? If you haven't, I would recommend it. I haven't seen it. I've seen clips of it, but I'm not a Fallout fan. So, like, it seems like it's very well produced, but like, I don't think it's something that appeals to me because I've just never been interested in Fallout in general. So, like, everything I saw was nice, but it's just like, it's not nice enough that I care about it. So, yeah. If I were in the universe of Mario, where would I live? Well, I'd obviously want to live in Peach's castle. Where else would I live? I mean, there's not any other crazy world I want to live in. So, obviously, in the castle. I mean, have you seen how big that castle is? I'm sure I could stay in one of their many rooms. Well, what's my favorite weapon in Tomb Raider? I think the assault rifle in the first game when it's fully upgraded. I think that's kind of universal because it has so many weapon modes. But I would probably give the bow the number 2 spot because there's like multiple different variations of bows. I mean, you got like standard arrows, you've got fire arrows, you got exploding arrows, you've got like a harpoon arrow. So I would say the bow would be second, but I think the assault rifle, when fully customized, would be number 1. Your Capcom game video is getting close to 1,000. Yeah, but I'm not sure if it actually get there. But it's nice that it's getting attention. Describe the 2023 Mario movie in 1 word. Very good. It was a very good movie. I liked it. How have I been doing lately? I've been doing fine. Just trying to stay busy and just try to get up quality content and play as many games as possible. But until Assassin's Creed Shadow comes out in 6 months, I won't really have much to play because now that I finished my editing and doing the voiceover for Stellar Blade, I don't really have anything else to play. So I think I'm just kind of going back and just replaying some other games. So I'm playing a lot of Mortal Kombat. I'm playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm playing a lot of Mortal Kombat and Helldivers and just revisiting some older games. Watched your Ghostbusters dance video finally. Yeah. Which one? Because they both are like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy that video. I've been surviving off of that video for 11 years. Like, literally, like, that video is responsible for, like, I'm not even joking. Like, that video is the reason I'm getting close to like 100 million views. Just those 2 videos alone. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because realistically, I get literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views just from those 2 videos. I think last month I think I got close to like 900,000. And then that goes even higher when we get to October, when we get closer to Halloween season, because then like both those videos like combined, like I easily get like 1.5, sometimes 2 million views in October, and that usually helps with like getting me a major subscriber boost, which is like usually October's like the big month for me. But I kind of wish that I could kind of channel just like even just 1% of that success to every other video. Like if I could average just 1,000 views per video, I would be a very happy person. So it's kind of crazy how out of like all the subscribers I have, like maybe 1% has actually seen the rest of my other videos, because I did those so long ago, and even the first one, that was more of a test video. And then the PlayStation 4 version was like a better version that I was testing the motion controls, not the motion camera. So both of those were test videos, and yet they're like the most successful videos of my channel by like a wide margin. Like nothing comes close. So that is something. Would I like to live on the Death Star? Absolutely not. Why would I want to live on the Death Star knowing that Luke Skywalker is going to blow it up? Why would I do that? Do a tier list of Dead Space enemies. That's not a bad idea. I'd have to see if there's. I mean, Sand Necromorphs. No, that's not a bad idea. But I'll have to see if there actually is a tier, because here's the crazy thing. That enemies video, that enemies list, that was the only enemies list for a Resident Evil game I could find. Like there is not one for like Resident Evil's 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. There's only one for 4, so I found that very interesting. So I know I'll have to see if it's there. Like the controversy on Resident Evil 5, other than the skin color in Resident Evil 3, I believe Drake, who is an American, kills a bunch of British people, and that's not supposed to be offensive to British. I know, right? Like if you honestly, if you really compare Drake to like all the antagonists, it's probably fair to say that Drake has probably killed more people than all of the antagonists throughout the whole series. I think it's probably like he's certain. Yeah, if you take like all the antagonists and combine their kill counts, Drake is probably in the thousands. And like, he's a mass murderer. I mean, you could say, oh, it was all in self-defense, but like, sometimes he's like stealth killing people. So sometimes he's killing people and he didn't even know they were there. So, yeah. Do a top 10 favorite Konami games. I mean, would you really want that? Because a lot of that would just be Metal Gear. I mean, they really haven't done too much. Like if we're really thinking about it, they like Metal Gear is really all they had. I mean, it you know. I guess that is a general idea. So, I'm gonna put that one down. All right, but good. Thanks for the ideas, Sean. Why can't I give Assassin's Creed Black Flag a 10 out of 10? I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because maybe some of the controls, some of the story elements. I mean, I'm pretty sure I would have given that game like a 9, but like to get a 10, it has to be something really special. That's very difficult. There's a lot of really, really great games that they just don't have that special flair. I think perhaps put it like this, I think because I was used to it, I understood the quality of Assassin's Creed games. I think had Assassin's Creed 4 been my introduction into the franchise, I might have done that. But the fact that I already had other really great Assassin's Creed games already in my past in the forms of 2 and Brotherhood, I think that kind of held a Black Flag back only a little bit. Like it's still my favorite. Don't get me wrong, but I think by that point I was kind of used to its quality, and really, I think it did exactly what I hoped it would do after playing Assassin's Creed 3, where I said that if they made a game around the whole naval combat aspect, and they did that, and I was very happy about that. But it's still a 9 game to me. It's still my favorite Assassin's Creed game. I just don't think I could give it a 10. Like 10 is hard to 10's it's very very difficult. It is very very difficult to do that. So, do you think you could try on Twitch some Mass Effect or something? Yeah, maybe later. I might try doing some streaming on Twitch again. I will be leaving my second job right before my MGS Con trip in July, in mid July. So once I'm down to one job, I'll have a lot more time to stream and upload videos and post more content. So I think that'll be the best time to do it. Can I count to 10 in another language? Yes, only Spanish. Pretty sure I can count to 10. Although much of what I learned in school from Spanish kind of went out the window. It never actually stuck. Spanish was never really a language I was too interested to learn. I might give it another go, but there's like a couple of other languages I would more prefer to learn. Video idea: MGS Rising bosses tier list. Nah, no. And the reason I don't think that's a good idea is because it's not a game that a lot of people would talk about. Like that game is really really old, and I don't think it has the reputation of something like Resident Evil. Like not a lot of people talk about Rising enough, so I'm not sure that idea would work. Your phone is dying. You gotta go. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Jackie boy. Hope you charge your phone. Do you think the T1000 would kick Shepard's ass in a fight? I think he could if he just. I mean, not even like here's the problem with that question, Sean. The T1000 is an infiltration unit, so the T1000 doesn't even need to engage Shepard directly. All he needs to do is mimic one of his crew members and then get up close and then just stab him. Like, it would not be very difficult to infiltrate the Normandy, kill one of his crew members. It doesn't even need to be one of his squad mates, just like someone who works on the Normandy. Because there's like a lot of people. Just kill a crew member, take a space, and say, "Hey, Commander Shepard, can I talk to you in the engine room? I think I heard something. I want to tell you in secret." And then Shepard would be like, so Cadet, what do you have to say? And then the T-1000 would just stab Shepard and leave his body, wherever he stood. I mean, that's how the T-1000 would probably want to take out Shepard. He's not going to just announce himself and then go after him. He's going to infiltrate and then try to do it sneaky. That's the whole point of the T-1000 being able to take the form of anybody else. That's the whole point. Have I watched Stranger Things? No, I have not. I've never been interested in that. What if Naughty Dog remade Uncharted 2 or 1? I wouldn't care, because nothing is sacred in Naughty Dog, so they can do whatever the hell they want. How would I describe Uncharted 2 the best? It's easily the best Uncharted game, no question. Konami kind of sucks now. Yes, I agree. It does kind of suck right now. No argument from me. Dominique, you look kind of. That name looks kind of new. I think you're new. How long would you need to hold onto a raw peeled potato before it had a mental breakdown because of it? Okay, you must be new, because that is such a weird question. I don't know. I don't know. Why would I be holding a raw peeled potato? That's just weird. G-Law, you enjoyed Valhalla? I'm glad you did. I played that for a while, but I got tired of it, and then that really put me off Mirage. So, heck, I'm actually kind of excited to get back into Assassin's Creed with Shadows coming out in November. Have I bought some games as a joke? As a joke. No, but I know my brother has. He owns a copy of 13 just to screw with me. But I don't think he's ever actually played it. Like, I think it's still wrapped. I don't think he's actually played it. He just knew how much I hated it and just bought a copy just to screw with me. Final Fantasy 15 or 16? Oh, 16 hand down. 16 is way better than 15 in every department. It's not even close. That is not even close. I think Final Fantasy 15 is it's like mid tier good to like low tier great, but like 16 is I think it's enough to pierce my top five. I mean, I got like there's like a couple of definitive problems I have with 16 that hold it back, but like I would say it's a great Final Fantasy game. It's a game that I could see I could recommend someone playing for the first time. Like if they wanted an introduction apart from 6 or 7, I think 16 would be a good game to start off with. Do a top 5 favorite PlayStation 5 games so far. I'm not sure that's a good list. I only own 10 games, so I mean, I think we need to wait a little bit longer because that list would probably be complete. It wouldn't hold up. Like, I'm not interested in doing videos that wouldn't hold up. Like, I think we need to wait a bit longer. Like, I think when we get close to like the end of PlayStation 5's run, then I could do a list like that, but not now. You mentioned in a live stream a while back that you're moving again. When will it happen? It'll probably happen sometime next year. I would have tried to move this year, but like the cost of living is like crazy, and at least where I'm staying, my rent went down by like a good $150. So it was actually cheaper for me to stay than to try to find a new place and move. So I think that's why I'm staying here another year. Plus, just the hassle of I don't want to go through the hassle of having to move again. Like it would be nice to stay in one spot for like a number of years instead of having to find a new place to move every single year. It was just the hassle I didn't want to deal with. When you were still in school, have you ever had a crush on one of my teachers? No, no. I'm trying to think. Like first through, like no, no. I'll be honest. Like when I think about like elementary school and then middle school and then even in high school, we didn't. I didn't. I don't think I had any hot teachers. In fact, I would say over the course of my entire 12 years in school, I only had one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, but yeah, no, I never had any like attractive teachers or what I would consider attractive. No, like I'll be honest, there were a lot more like male teachers that that I admired the most. By far, my favorite teacher that I ever had was Mr. Gordon in my freshman year because he's the one that got me into digital media. So if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't even be on YouTube. And I wish I could find a way to see if he was still alive or now because it's been a while. So but yeah, like if you have like a really great teacher, you will remember them. So yeah, no, I never had any attractive teachers that I recall. People still talk about Metal Gear Rising, especially now more than ever. I'm curious about. I mean, are you sure they're actually talking about it? Because if they're talking about like getting a sequel, it's never gonna happen. So I'm curious if people really are talking about it now. Like I'd say like I would say maybe they're talking about it because Stellar Blade is kind of similar to that, but like I haven't heard people talk about it. Do a worst to best ranking of Ghostbusters? Oh dear God, no. Oh no, we couldn't do that because it wouldn't be a short list because I didn't see that all female Ghostbusters movie and I haven't seen the more recent one, so I've only seen three of them. So I don't think that's enough to want to do a ranking. Do you think you would prefer wearing Mandalorian armor or N7 armor? I'd wear N7 armor. I think it looks cooler. What about the T800s versus Shepard? If it's a T800, well, that's awful. That's also an infantry. That's an infiltration unit. So like, I mean, might be a little bit harder, but I don't like I. It's one of those where the problem with trying to put Shepard against a Terminator is that the Terminator would avoid try the Terminator would only direct engage if it as a last resort. Like if it can take out Shepard at close range and not give him a chance to fight back, that's what it's going to do. But you're never gonna find a Terminator directly saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna target Shepard and just try to attack him out in the open." You're gonna try to get as close as possible and give them as less time to react as possible, or wait till they're alone. So yeah. Despite the T-1000 being more dangerous, do you believe T-800 was more of a horror icon than the first movie? Perhaps. But I still think the T-1000 is better, personally. Just, yeah. Next question, Vamp. Why don't I like Dead Rising? I never played it, so I don't have an opinion. I never played it. G-Law, I never played Mirage. I never played it either. I heard it was short and it connected to Valhalla, and I didn't really like Valhalla, so that's why I kind of avoided it. Do you think Iron Man would kick Cal Kestis? What is with you? Honestly, what is it with you guys wanting to ask versus questions? I'm kind of tired of them, and some of them are really. I'm sorry for saying this. They're kind of stupid. Like, what the hell is Tony Stark gonna do against someone who can use the Force? Like, what's he gonna do? Like, Cal Kestis could literally just mind rape him. Like Marvel characters have no defense against the Force. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, the Force is a whole different aspect that no one in Marvel would have a defense against. Even someone like Doctor Strange, and he's all about that. Like, how are you gonna defend against that? Heck, there are people in its own universe that people can't defend against the Force against. Why can't I give 16 a 10? I can't give a 6. Oh, there's a lot of reasons I would never give 16 a 10. I mean, number one, it's piss easy. It is. 16 is piss ass easy. It's an easy effing game. And on top of that, your teammates are non-factors. Like, you never have to worry about them. Like, they're just there to do like a little extra damage on the side and act as like distractions. But like, you can't really control them. You can't give them instructions. They just do their own thing, and like, they're non-factors, so they can't even be knocked out. And when you have these extra characters, the game is just easy. Like, I'm telling you, like, I think I might have lost one, maybe two fights over my first playthrough of 16, but they were like kind of tough fights. But other than that, the game is easy. It's by far the easiest Final Fantasy game I've ever played, by a long shot. Like, it's a long game, but it's easy. Like, I would say it didn't get, like, the game didn't start getting hard till the recent DLCs, which I'll say, some of those bosses are really difficult. But like, even the final boss is piss ass easy if you know what to do. Like, I wanted a challenge. How much time we got? I got like 20 minutes left. Rodin, do you wish Mass Effect Species could take on the... What? No, Rodin, I think that would be a very, very bad idea for both sides. G-Law, would you say LA or San Francisco looks like a second world country? I haven't been to San Francisco in a very long time, and I don't want to go. And I can't say much about LA. All I can say is it's just not a place I like visiting, but I have to when I go on trips. So it's hard to say because I don't live there. Sean, do top 10 games that were almost... No, that's not a good idea. I'm sorry, Sean. That list is... I wouldn't even be able how to construct that. Who'd win between Boba Fett and Shepard? Oh, I don't know, and I don't care. Mr. Gordon, that's awesome. My name is Gord. Gordon, that's such an uncommon name. Yeah, I guess so. That's unusual. Do you have a 10 out of 10 club for movies? No, I don't judge with movies 10 out of 10. I give them like grade ratings. And no. So yeah, there is no perfect movie. It's I think I mean I think I can do like a top 10 favorite movies, but I wouldn't say any of them are 10 out of 10s. Like even my favorite movie, like Inception, I wouldn't say that's not a 10 out of 10 because there are definitely things in there I wish they could have improved on, but you know, you don't have to be a 10 out of 10 to be a great film. Hey, what's up, Winter Gus? How you doing? How was the Ghostbusters 2 How was Ghostbusters 2016? I never saw that film. I avoided it like the plague, like a lot of people did. Describe Sausage Party in 2 words. 2 words. I don't know. I 2 words. Don't know. Don't know what I saw in that film. Describe Terminator 2 in 2 words. It's great. It's a great movie. Am I interested in playing Dead Rising? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not interested. I'm asking the versus questions because they're joke questions. Yeah, I just don't want to think about versus right now. The TX could get Shepard alone easily, given he's such a player. Yeah, probably. No question about that. Telepathically, inhibitors would work against the Force. We don't know that. We don't because the Force is like kind of inconsistent with its rules, and the Force doesn't really have like limits here. What's to stop someone from just hitting someone with like a Force illusion or hitting them with a Force nightmare? Like, dear God, you put like I would say if you put someone like Doctor Strange up against someone like Darth Zana, Doctor Strange is screwed. I mean, I'm sorry, like his spells are good, but like Darth Zana, like that's kind of what she specializes in. Describe describe Nino Kuni 1 in 1 sentence. Saved my love of RPGs. That's what that game did. It saved my love. You almost got me when you did your honest thoughts on X-Men 97. Yeah, a lot of people have told me that. Terminator 2 is a perfect movie in my opinion. Not quite. I mean, it's an incredible masterpiece of a film, but I wouldn't say it's perfect. But you know, I'm glad you love it, like I do. Do you think you'll get a model kit? I'd like to get a model kit. I would just need time to build it. I think the last time I think the one of the tougher projects that I tried was putting my BB together. It's like a Lego figure that took like maybe a couple days to put together. So I know I can do it. I just need the time to do it. Do a top 10 favorite movies list. 100%. 100% I know I've done that. 100%. I'm going to even double check. I am 100% positive I have done that. And I'm fairly certain that list has not changed at all. It's an old video. But I'm 100% positive that I've done that. That sounds like something I would have done when early in my channel's history. Yep. There it is. 3TR's top 10 favorite movies, May 7th, 2013. So over 10 years ago. Yeah, nothing's come out in the last 10 years that I would replace. And just getting dear God, I look. Yeah, no question. Yeah. Oh man, damn, I missed that intro. Yep. Number 10, Episode 3. Number 9, Star Trek 1. Number 8, GoldenEye. Number 7, Gladiator. Come on. Stop glitching. Number 6, it's a tie between Saving Private Ryan and Black Hawk Down. Number 5 is Die Hard. Number 4, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Number 3 is Harry Potter. Number 2 is tied with The Dark Knight. And number 1 is Inception. Yep, that list has not changed. 11 years, that list is still strong. That is not... Good God, I look young. I miss being that young. What, Cerberus? What is one game where you liked the story but you hate the gameplay? For me, it's Mafia 2. Liked the story but hated the gameplay. Damn, that's tough. Liked the story but hated the gameplay. I can't think of any like that. I mean, not like that. Because here's the thing, when it comes to me, because I'm a story-driven gamer, if the story is good enough, it would have kept me going. So I like off the top of my head, I really can't think of any where I hated the gameplay, but the story was good. I really can't think of anything like that. How is my day going? It is going very productive. Do you think The Dark Knight is a masterpiece? Yes, I do. Masterpiece is a masterpiece, no question. What if Godzilla had to take on the Patriots in... What? What the... Black Wolf, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know how to answer that. I don't even know. Which force abilities is the strongest in my opinion? I honestly don't know. There's so many force abilities. It's hard. There's force abilities I don't even know about. That I don't know well about. Like the force's abilities are so expansive. I can't pick one. Not to mention Vader can open a portal in an alternate dimension. Do a room tour video. Would you guys even really want that? I mean, really? I mean, I mean, maybe I'll do a poll about that, but would you guys really like? I mean, the only thing the only thing I don't like is that I don't like how my filming spot is in my bedroom. I've always preferred to have them in separate positions, which is why I really liked how I had everything set up at the last apartment, because my filming spot and my bedroom were in separate areas. The problem is my filming spot took up the dining room. We didn't have a dining room. We didn't have like a place where where the family could eat dinner. We would just eat dinner in our rooms, and that's how it is right now. But yeah, I'll do a poll, but I've never even considered doing a room tour because, you know, you're not really going to see all that much. But, you know, we'll see. If they made a Red Buster model kit, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. I'm not sure what that is. I made a Lavos statue out of clay. Am I a Planet of the Apes person? I wouldn't say I am, but I did like the Caesar trilogy. I think that's like the most exposure I've had outside of the one that Tim Burton made. Like, I haven't even seen the most recent one, and I'm not sure I'll see it in theaters. Like, maybe if it's, you know, free on a streaming service, I'll check it out. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest fan. Describe Mass Effect 3 in 2 words. Flawed conclusion. I think those 2 words best describe it. Describe X-Men Days of Futures Past in 2 words. Awesome film. Awesome. Yeah. Which melee weapon from a game have I played that I would love to own? Melee weapon? Well, I already have it. It's Virgil's Yamato, which I already have a replica. So, yeah. Yeah, Virgil's Yamato. I already have it. And I do have a Blade of Chaos. Maybe somewhere down the line I might get a Leviathan axe, maybe. If I liked the story and hated the gameplay of a game, I just watched the cutscenes on YouTube. I've done that for a lot of games. So I perfectly understand it. And we have 10 minutes left before the mystery game starts. And no one guessed what it is. Alright, describe Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2 words. Wasted potential. Yeah, that's how I would describe it. What would be my dream career? Being a professional editor for movies. That'd be my dream career. What's my favorite dog breed? It's a Boston Terrier. Lavos is the main villain of Chrono Trigger. I think that name sounds so familiar. I haven't played that game in a long time. That name sounded so familiar to me. I was like, why does that name ring a bell? 2 days ago, I went to Walmart and got 2 games. Resident Evil 4 Remake because I beat the original 100 times in Jedi Survivor. And then the next day my graduation happened. So that happened this week. Oh, you graduated? Congratulations. I've been seeing a lot of people graduate this week at my arcade job. I saw a lot of people graduate. And that had me a little bit concerned. So it's like, oh dear God, the teenagers and kids are getting out. So that means things at the arcade are about to get very, very bad, which is why I got to get the hell out of there because I am not working another summer with these psychopaths. I've already done 2 summers at that job. I do not want to do a third. So literally this last month and a half is just to build up as much money as possible for my trip to MGS-Com in July. Like, that's the only reason I'm still going there. Have I seen X-Men Evolution? Yes, I have seen that, and I think it's good. It's not X-Men animated series good, but I thought it was good. So, what blaster would I prefer in Star Wars? Probably the little pistols that Jango Fett had. Those look pretty cool. What if Virgil became the embodiment of Topol? Jerkass as has a point. I don't know, Black Wolf. I don't quite understand the question. You saw someone on one of my recent videos recommend a tier list for Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds. I think you should do it. Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds? Maybe, but you know, I'll think about it. How about a clue of the game? Okay. Okay. It's very reminiscent of a movie that came out this year. It's very reminiscent. It doesn't have any connection to it, but it's very close atmosphere-wise. I think that's a very good clue. I don't think anyone's gonna figure it out. What would I say is the most overhyped game? Most overhyped? Probably The Last of Us 2, and I didn't even play that game. Because I think The Last of Us 1 is overrated. Arceus or Nero? Nero. No question. Yeah, Nero's gonna win. Like the kid, but no, Nero's got him beat. Pretty easily, I would say. I think it would be cool if you vlog some of your trips. I do that for all my trips. I mean, heck, if things go great, the day before MGS-Con, I'm gonna be going to Disneyland, and hopefully I'll get a chance to hang out with my friend Rachel, who I've spoken a lot about over the course of this channel, and she's pretty significant to it. Dude, I vlog all my trips. I just haven't been able to go on it. Like, I went on like 4 trips last year, and I vlogged all of them. And this year, I'll probably only be able to go on 2. So, yeah, don't worry about that. I'm gonna get that. I got you. I think it would be. How about ranking Dead Space weapons from the remake? I don't think the list would change all that much because. I mean, you might like move 1 or 2 guns around, but that's about it. I think outside of like the Force gun, I think that list is pretty consistent. I actually meant who do I like more? Oh, who do I like more? In that case, I would still say Nero. I think I like Nero. I like Nero now in 5 more than 4. If you would compare him to Nero in 4, I would have said the other character. But yeah, in Devil May Cry 5, yeah, definitely Nero. He could easily carry a game by himself. I would be surprised if they do a Devil May Cry 6 game and it's not primarily focused on him. I don't think we need Dante or Virgil anymore. I would like Virgil to get his own game, but like I think we can move away from Dante and Virgil. We don't really need them around. What is my favorite ride at Disneyland and California Adventure? Well, easily my favorite ride at. I'm not. Well, maybe I could show it. Easily my favorite ride at Disneyland is the Indiana Jones ride. Without question. Let me check something. And California Adventure, that's a little tough. I don't know. I'm not sure if they've added anything at California Adventure. Oh, okay, yeah, here it is. This one's a little hard to see, but I don't know. I'm not sure how well you guys will be able to see this. But this is a picture of me and Rachel as we're on the Indiana Jones ride. And the funny thing is, I didn't even know that ride existed. Like, Rachel introduced me to that ride. Like, I'd been walking around that park all day. I did not know there was an Indiana Jones ride, and it was great. And I went on it again like 2 times with John the first time I met him. So yeah. Atreus and Nier need to be the main characters of the next God of War. I agree. We don't need Kratos, and we don't need Dante and Virgil. They could easily be their own. But here's the problem with that. It's like, how can you still call it God of War without Kratos? Like, I really felt like at some point, like, Tyr was going to go bad, and then Atreus was going to kill him, and by killing him, he kind of takes the title of God of War. That's what I thought would happen, because that's what Kratos did in the Greek world. He killed Ares, and then by doing so, he gained the title of God of War. So if Atreus had done that himself, and he also becomes a God of War, then you can have him continue on the franchise about Kratos, because then the title is consistent. You can still call it God of War. I don't think you can call it God of War if Kratos isn't there, because you don't have a God of War. So that's what I thought would have happened in the game, but that didn't happen. So I'm like, if they were to do it, I think you need to call it something else. But you probably don't want to do that because you want people to know that this new game is a part of the God of War franchise. So you're in a bit of a bind. What movie do I think is overrated? God, what's something I think is overrated? I think Empire Strikes Back is a bit overrated. I think it's a good film, but I don't think it's like all that great. All right, and we're nearing the end of the stream. I have been to California Adventure, but not as many times as Disneyland, so it's hard to pick what ride I like the most over there. Nathan Drake or Solid Snake, who would win? Obviously Solid Snake. Boy of the God of War coming soon. Yeah. Okay. We got about 1 more minute. Alright. And I think that'll do it for today's stream. No, I'm not streaming Call of Duty. But I think you guys will like what we're streaming. So give me like 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure the game's already installed, so I don't gotta wait for that. I think some of you guys might not even know this game existed, but it is a very underrated game that I think now that a recent film has come out in its world, it should get a lot more attention because it is that good. So thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully I will see most of you guys in the next mystery game stream in about 3 minutes. So Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. But heck, hopefully I will see some of you guys in a few minutes when I show you what game we'll be streaming next. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.